seeing each other once a week for a couple weeks and lived about 2.5 hours from each other. So one weekend I was off work and drove down to see him. He introduced me to his best friend and we had a great night. The next day, he had work for a few hours and I suggested I could stay in the area for the day and hang out again after he got off work. And he told me how he couldn't wait to show me around and suggested spots for dinner. So the time he's supposed to get off work rolled around and he says he's on his way. Mind you, he only worked 10 minutes away. So 30 minutes go by and I text him, hey, is everything okay? He responds back and says, we met on one of the dating apps after I went through a hard breakup. We have been seeing each other once a week for a couple weeks and lived about 2.5 hours from each other. So one weekend I was off work and drove down to see him. He introduced me to his best friend and we had a great night. The next day, he had work for a few hours and I suggested I could stay in the area for the day and hang out again after he got off work. He loved the idea, and since he had a roommate at the time, he said he knew a great motel. Let's keep reading. He said he knew a great... Alright. He said he knew a great motel on the water and not too pricey. We could stay there for the night and he could show me around his hometown and the best food spots. So he went to work and I went to the motel. I can't go to the motel, I'm sorry. We texted all day like everything was normal. Told him how beautiful the spot was and he told me how he couldn't wait to show me around and suggested spots for dinner. So the time he's supposed to get off work rolled around and he says he's on his way. Mind you, he only worked 10 minutes away. So 30 minutes go by and I text him, hey, is everything okay? He responds back and says, yeah, just stop by the house to change. Be there in a few. Okay, cool. So now an hour goes by and he still isn't here. I text him again. He says he stopped by his little casino in town. Stop by a casino?
Literally. Dude lives 10 minutes away. He tells you he's gonna be right there. Meanwhile, he goes home. He changes his clothes. He changed to go to the freaking casino, bruh. He ain't even trying to see you like that. I don't know why she's still at this motel all excited and shit, thinking he's coming to see her now. That boy finished his job. He went home to change and he went gambling, bruh. He abandoned you. He ditched you. You know? Leave that damn motel. Go to your house. Go do something with your life instead of standing there waiting for him.
Alright, let's keep reading. He says he stopped by a little casino in town, so at this point I'm pissed, but I'm trying to stay happy and give him the benefit of the doubt. Now it's been an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Go home! Leave, man! You're just chilling at a motel? Now it's been an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It's dark now, and he's gone completely radio silent. I'm calling him, texting him, and getting nothing. I'm starting to think he got in a car crash or something because he's been such a good guy. And he was so excited, and he gave me this idea for the motel. So I know where he lives, and I drove over there. Go home!
This is how you start sounding crazy. Literally, like, you know, a guy can meet a woman, and he could be like, yo, she perfect. She my dream woman. I'm gonna put a ring on her. Yeah. You know what I said? I said what I said. And then the woman all of a sudden starts acting crazy like this. First of all, why is she even driving to his crib? Right? Dude just bailed out on you. Right? There's already flags popping up. Right? He's supposed to see you, change his clothes. Now he's telling you he's at the casino, gambling his ass off. And now you're becoming impatient because you're still at that freaking motel waiting for him. It's been hours. Dude even went on D&D. And now you're going to drive to his crib? Man, that's too much.
Why are you driving to his man's house? Leave! So I know where he lives, and I drove over there, and sure enough, his car is sitting in the parking lot, and his light is on. It took everything in me not to go bang on the door, but I just composed myself and left a how could you do this to It took everything in me not to go bang on the door, but I just composed myself. This is composed, but I just composed myself and left a how could you do this to me voicemail. I left a how could you do this to me voicemail for him and drove the 2.5 hours back home. Completely lost. Whew. Completely lost how it went bad so quickly. About 6 months later, he sent me a text apologizing, explaining what happened that night. The short version is he basically started flirting with his coworker and decided while at work to stay pursuing things with her to ditch me. So you meet this guy, he says, yo, go to this motel real quick. I'm gonna meet you there. He just never shows up. And then you go to his house, you see he's home, and you send him a how could you do this to me text message, because that's gonna get him. He's gonna feel this. Then you drive yourself 2.5 hours back home. That wasn't even a date. He just wanted to see how dumb you were. Man.
That's crazy, man. Like, why was he even stringing her around like that? Like, if he met a coworker and he vibing with that coworker, bro, why are you leaving this girl to just chill at a motel like that? That's douchey, man. Like, that's so immature, man. Like, if If you ain't vibing with her, tell her, let her know so she moves on with her life. Poor girl, she like a puppy over there sitting waiting for his ass. And she's kind of down too. Like, I mean, if a dude living 10 minutes away is taking hours and hours to show up while he told you he's gonna pull up, like, what are you even still doing there? Dude even changed his clothes and he went to what? He told you he went to the casino, and then he puts his phone on DND, and you're still at that motel waiting for. Nah, at that point you just put him on that block list, you know, because he deserves it.
Do you guys want to hear some gossip about people that we don't know? Okay, great. It's my favorite kind. So, my dad works security at Buffalo Bills games. He's been doing it for years. He loves it. And most of his job is just like directing drunk people and kicking them out for doing stupid shit like fighting or peeing on the floor or like doing drugs in the stadium. And every so often, people are caught doing illicit things in the bathroom. And he told me at one of the most recent games, his coworker got a report of two people, a man and a woman, getting it on in the men's bathroom, in a stall, whatever. It's not the craziest thing. But this guy is like, I have to kick you out, obviously. And they're like, hold on, wait. All of our stuff is back at our seat. Can we just go and get it and then we'll leave? And he's like, I can't let you go back there, but I can go and retrieve it for you. And they're like really pressing him, like, no, let us go get it. And he's like, no, I'm not letting you back in the stadium. I will go get your stuff. So he goes to get their stuff and he arrives there, and the two people that are sitting there who they were with are like, where are our so-and-so and so-and-so? And he's like, oh, they've been ejected from the game. Like, are they friends of yours? And these two people, it was another man and a woman. It was their husband and their wife. So these two couples go to this game together, and two of them who are not married sneak off to go cheat mid-game. And I think before the security guard pieced it together, he told them why they got ejected. And I don't know all the details specifically, but from the sounds of it, it didn't seem like the other two knew what was going on between them.
Hey, it's not good to gossip. Now you're turning out to be like your dad. You see your dad? Your dad found out about this story and he gossiped it to you, and then you're gossiping it to us, and then before you know it, it's gonna get back to the husband and the wife who got cheated on. Come on, have you thought about that? But no, guys, like let's do some realistically thinking here. Honestly, that's crazy. Like you got these two friends, right? These two couples who are friends, and they just pretty much swapped partners. Now, I wonder if this is like some little kinks they have, right? Like they switch partners, because it don't make sense. Like, how the hell did this girl's husband and that dude's wife coordinate this? How did they say like, yo, let's meet in the washroom in 5 minutes? Like, what? How did they, like, it doesn't add up. Like, that woman must have been like, I'm going to the bathroom, and the guy must have been like, I'm going for a smoke, and like, but they would have had to have a pretext before this. So I mean, chances are this little affair probably has been going on for longer than everybody knows. But it still don't add up. Like, how can the dude's wife and then the other girl's husband, how can they like leave everybody there and go to the bathroom to do their own thing? And at the same time, I mean, are these couples stupid? Like, they just see like, oh, there's my husband going with your wife, like nothing's gonna happen. They're just going out to the back to grab a Kool-Aid or something. Like, what? That's insane. But maybe, who knows, maybe they just switch partners. Maybe this two new couples here, maybe they're together as well.
Because one thing I've actually realized, especially like in recent days, is that no matter how good you are to a woman, or no matter how good you are to your girl, there's always that one person that could always take your girl. Like, you should never feel like, you should never feel like your girl cannot be taken. Because the same way you've taken people's girls in the past, and
I know that karma's coming to me as
exactly, like, you just have to always realize that, yo, you might have grown up now, but there's some guy that is like waiting to do you 10 times dirtier. Like,
I don't think there's always a guy who has like who could take your girl, but I feel like it's a certain feeling that she'll always feel. You know, if you don't give your girl enough attention, she might start looking elsewhere. If you don't take care of her enough, like, she might get that. Does that make sense?
Even you can give your girl the most attention, and someone will still do better than you that'll be able to win her over.
The way I see it is just like, bro, at the end of the day, you can just play your part in a relationship.
That's the shit.
You can't. Human emotions are so fickle that why am I gonna, bro? If a takes your girl, it wasn't even yours at the same time.
That's what
I found peace once I realized, bro. A lot of these girls, it's just my turn. I'm not even on one of them. I'm not one of them future niggas, but It's real, bro. Sometimes you be laying there, you're thinking, let's just enjoy the moment, and then I'll move on. It's not your wife.
She's not yours, it's just your turn. And he's not yours, it's just your turn. Literally, that's how it goes, right? And don't get too comfortable in your relationship, because like you can lose your partner in a day, less than that, in a couple seconds. All it takes is the right person in the room, like he said, right? I mean, I seen dudes out there, they're so confident. They're like, yeah, she loves me, bro, she won't cheat, da 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 da. And I'm like, man, oh man, okay, if you believe that, leave town for a couple weeks to a month. Come back, let's find out if she's being faithful. Oh, she has. Okay, increase it a couple months. Let's see, you know what I'm saying? Because what you gotta realize, guys, these women always had a, not only women, but whoever you're dating, always had a life before you. And they've dated people before you. And then chances are those people, they felt the same way, right? They were heavily in love with them. But then something happened and magically they fell out of love, whatever the hell it is. And then they started dating you. So what makes you think that they cannot find somebody else aside from you? Well, how can you get that comfortable, right? All it takes is for you to just screw up a little bit. But you gotta realize, like, there is people everywhere. Like, especially if she's at work, there's some dude trying to slide in, right? Some dude's eyeing her, man. Look at it, like on social media. Some dude's already creeping on her DMs. Some dude's already liking her pictures. You know, look at her classes, school-wise, right? Some dudes out there already got his eyes on her. Like, they're just waiting for you to slip up the 1 second and then she's out of your hands, right? Or you could be that unlucky dude, you know, you let her go clubbing or whatever with her girls, and it just takes her bumping into a dude at just that exact right time, and boom, she does the unthinkable, right? So don't get too comfortable, but just realize it's just your turn. Yeah, just your moment right now, right? Moments come and go. So chances are this may not even be a forever kind of thing, you know? Don't get too comfortable. Realize that.
Men in New York are wild. A guy just came up to me and was like, I love your nose. I was like, my nose? And he was like, yeah, you into tall black men? He looked a bit scary. So I said, I am, and I've got one at home. I don't. And then he said, I promise you, it only hurts for 5 to 8 days. Huh?
That's diabolical. How the hell is this dude gonna go and approach this woman and compliment her on her nose? Out of everything you could have complimented her on, right? Her eyes, maybe her smile, or maybe her outfit, anything, he complimented her on her nose. That's ridiculous, bro. And yo, from looking at this video, there's nothing special about that nose. Dude was just looking for a window to try and talk to her. And then he's like, it only hurts for 5 to 8 days. Like, how do you go from complimenting about nose to talking about it hurting 5 to 8 days? That's really weird, bro. You straight up went from nose to, do you like tall, dark, handsome man, whatever, to it only hurts 5 to 8 days. Bruh, that is some cringy ass lines I've ever heard, bro. No game whatsoever. That's awful.
Apparently, Miami, guys give girls money if they're just pretty.
Yeah.
Is that true?
As a girl, this is why I believe girls are horrible at temptation. And I don't blame them. Yo, you're walking on the street and a man pulls up in a expensive whip telling you to hop in.
Can you imagine if a girl did that to you? Like, imagine a baddie came up to you in like a sick whip, Birkin bag in the car.
I'm not going.
Hey, pull
You're
up.
not going?
I'm not going.
Yeah, set up, tick.
What, you think I'm easy?
Yeah, man, Miami is pretty wild, of course. You know, as a woman, you just gotta exist and bam, you're gonna be taken care of. Like, there's been stories where women have been going there with nothing but a plane ticket, not even no plans of where they're gonna sleep or what they're gonna eat once they're there. They just get that plane ticket, bam, that's it. They don't even have a return flight. But all of a sudden, man, they go there, they live it up. They're doing all these extra and they're eating like, 5-course meals a day, man. They're partying night till dawn. They're everywhere, man. They're shopping. They're doing all this extra shit. And you're like, damn, where you getting all the money from? But now you know where it's coming from, right? Because there's just this stigma where a lot of men are just like so addicted to women, bro. And then it's like, they don't care. They're gonna spend on them, bro. As long as the girl is there on their section, it doesn't matter where it's at. As long as she a pretty thing, they gonna give her money. They gonna pay for it. They gonna like give her bags. They gonna drive them in Lambos. It's like, man, women are living like queens over there, right? And that's the main reason why in your own country you got the average Joe, and he doesn't even stand a shot, bro. You got the average Joe doing construction, bro, and you just trying to take her for a little, coffee and get to know her. She's like, nah, I'm good. Well, of course, Imagine that, you go to Miami and you're getting taken care of this. Why the hell would you go to a Timmy's and get some coffee or some little donut? Like, if you're able to eat like from a 5-star restaurant and get this full-on course, exotic meals and all, and you don't pay a dime, why the hell would you settle for less? And that's the whole mentality of these women. So, but man, oh man, if the roles were reversed and women were spoiling men like this, what a life would that be, right? That would be so nice, man. I still hope. I got my fingers crossed. I hope it happens one day, you know? Anyways, guys, that's a video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you all thought. What did you guys think about that story? The initial story about that chick waiting for this dude who never showed up, who ghosted her pretty much. And she's still stuck there thinking that he's gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think about that? Comment down below. Let me know what you think about it. And I'm gonna catch you in the next one. All right, peace.